Another semi-final going on, which is between, I believe it's 55 HP Monks and BYO, or 55 HP Monks and Legendary No Names, yeah. Will be the two going up against that may be on one of our multilingual streams. If you go ahead and click on the team that this channel is currently representing, Team Mispedia, or Mispedia Network, whatever I called it, you can probably find those channels on there. One of those two may be showing that game on there, so if you guys want to head over there and check those out. If you are interested in watching 55 HP Monks play, you can go ahead and do the same thing. So let's check out Jebro. What is going on with the start of this game?
It's a big henge fight at the moment, the place where I can't really see much, and Toad's actually getting quite a lot of pressure on him at the moment. Now it's quite good and it's quite bad at the same time, because as you can see, he's dispensing those boons. Just as I'm looking at the left-hand side of my screen, as top left, I see so many boons coming out, and his survivability is kind of, you know, he's fine for the moment. That's the problem. You see a Guardian go low, you know he's probably got something in the bag. But Tear is actually really low over at mine on the other side. Now he's jumped into Plague form. He does have 5 stacks of Torment currently coming out against him from the Warrior, so he's going to lose mine. No one's going to be able to help him, and it looks like at the moment Blue potentially still henge is kind of half-half, but you know what, the cap's coming out for the blue team over at mine at the moment. Mid's 1v1 Ellie versus the Warrior. Angie's actually doing a super job against the Ellie, but he's going to be able to get his health up pretty quickly, as he does have that water spirit as well. He's going to be currently doing a lot of healing. Just as I say that, he's almost just goes down there. I think he might lose this fight in the long run unless he gets some backup, and the Warriors actually looks like he's going to potentially move from mine, but I think he's aware that Prototype is going to be respawning quite soon. He's actually just wandering across the map right now.
Good save over here at the henge. We just saw Thief coming in there with a very clutch SR just as Slatcher was about to get stomped. They were able to get him back up into play, and as well as Slatcher and Elise are going to be using the cover of the stealth they just obtained to sneak themselves out of here and head back over to mid. Once again, Red Team just took full and complete control of that, so they're actually going to kind of bypass mid now. Now they do have pretty much everybody taken care of over there, and they're going to make their way over here to the mine. Now that is actually a free cap, so you could argue that they're a bit of rotating, but actually, if you take a look at things here, Slatcher is actually going to chill in the middle courtyard, so I'm going to take back what I said. They're not ever rotating, in fact, rotating very well here now, as they probably are going to take control of a 2-cap in just a moment. Lancer is trying to make his way back over to that mine point, but again, with 2 people on him, probably not going to be able to even make it there. And as well, we just saw Blue Team take full control of the henge. They're going to be branching out from there. Now they got 1 guy heading up around the back of mid, 2 more guys are heading through the beach, and then we got 1 guy kind of contemplating as to where he wants to go at the moment.
Yeah, it was tough for Blue there, because I think Lotso made, you know, he made a choice. Him and Blue Marine were fighting on point at mid. Blue Marine went off point and actually died off point as well. So Lotso had to go off point anyway to try and make sure that he was going to get rezzed. And then he used Mistform, and he actually went off point even more to try and back out from that 2v2 fight. He knew he was going to die, but Lotso actually just jumped out. So Red got the cap. He tried to res. He failed there, and he actually got killed in the end as some support came up from the other side. So unfortunately, you know, a couple of decisions, I'm not sure they were the best there, but just kind of unfortunate as well, because it could have gone an either way. Exorcist coming into the point now. He's got so many conditions on him, even Torment as well, so the movement. Oh god.
Very nicely done there by Team Exaltation. Again, catching Exorcist off guard as he was coming from the middle courtyard there, absolutely decimating him with condies and damage to try to get up to the point, already knocking him down. And again, even as they got him up there, they were able to take him right back down again. So very good team fight coming out here for Team Exaltation so far. Anaboli as well on the side of FR has gone to the downstate. Angie War with stability. Brock will come in here, gonna stomp off with no contest motion. Or actually, no, gonna choose to leave him down. He didn't mind. DJ is actually still up into place. So gonna take a bit of a risk in that regard, but again, a rather calculated risk, because as you can see here, DJ is piecing his way out of here, and they're going to be able to keep him down on the point. Blue Marine as well is on the point, but Toad can really just sit AFK there and let these 2 guys burn out, and they should be quite alright for holding on to that node. We've also got back over here, Svanner being knocked out by the Prototype as well as the Red Team Thief over there. They're going to take him out no trouble whatsoever, and we even got some people on the Red Team kind of pushing over onto the Blue Team's territory over here. As you can see, Angie War and Slatcher were able to come in here and knock out, I believe it was the Necromancer just a couple seconds ago.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's just got caught between points. I mean, Lotso's coming over now. He looks like they're potentially going to start pushing to mid now. And the engineer... Oh, no, it's the engineer. Whoops, wrong person. Toad's just kind of just watching to see what they're doing, actually. I think he's just, you know, he's in the right place. He's in between 2 points, you know, where he's going to support wherever Blue come out to actually go and to either point. So he's in the best position to actually help either side. So he's made the right choice. He's now in mid. He's going to be able to support his team, bunker that point down against Blue as well. So they're doing well. They're trying to last. They're trying to just trying to focus down on Angie as well, but they've got a lot of bunkering down on this point. Otherwise, other than Prototype, who can kind of range just off point. But it does look like Blue Marine has indeed been caught out from just, I think he's trying to sneak up behind the red team there, but I don't think it really actually paid off well for him. Exorcist coming in for that res, best man to do it. Lotso as well going for that. He can be able to get him back, but he needs to try and get some healing out as soon as he possibly can. Going actually into the flame attunement there. Not too sure why I did that. Probably would have benefited more by just staying in water and trying to get some healing up. But he's actually completely okay now, and he's just going to get onto that midpoint and try and get some AoE down as soon as he possibly can. But they're doing okay here at this point. It's not completely impossible to come back. It's only 100 points. But these boss kills are coming out quite frequently at the moment.
Indeed they are. As we can see here back in mid, blue team actually starting to make some progress. Angie War is starting to get very low. He's actually get tossed into the downstate. Switching our point of view over here onto the Necromancer. The blue team at the moment, you can see, will execute that stomp, leaving only Toad up and alive over here in mid. Will have to survive under significant pressure for quite a bit of time over here. We do have the Thief coming in from the side. Has not, technically speaking, gone into the node just yet. He's being very careful not to engage in an outnumbered scenario here. And as we saw there, that is going to be a wise choice, as the second he dived in, the Elemental switched his target and dived onto him as well. Props to Toad again for surviving in basically what was a 1v4 for quite some time, still managing to keep himself up and in play, and even popping off a full potency heal there, cleansing the poison just before he got that off. So really nicely done there. Excellent bunkering by Toad being done here at the moment.
Yeah, he's a really good Guardian player. He's just as he goes down, he says, he's so good. Oh. But he was doing really well, and he's done well with judging by his positions, and he just got a bit of focus there, and he was just unlucky. That's just the way it is. It's quite a typical build as well, typical way of playing, but he is doing a good job. Exorcist as well, I feel like he's doing a really good job on the other team as well, because he's pushed his team in that team fight to get that important kill on Toad, which can really snowball the fight. But the thing is, Red do have a free cap coming out at the moment, and Blue really need to think about where they're putting their players across the map, because Red, I feel like the only reason that Toad actually died is really because they're so stretched across the map. But it really has meant that Blue have had to just focus on one point to try and get something back. And it's actually, even though Toad died, they've completely just rinsed this map open by another 100 points.
Alright guys, so at the moment we are seeing our red team stretching very far ahead here, I believe by a little over 200 points at the moment. The current score being 193 for the blue team, Five Ronin, and over 400 points now for our red team, Team Exaltation. Very well done indeed. In fact, in all honesty, Team Exaltation might have this in the bag. As long as they secure this fight over here at the mine, they're probably going to take round one and put themselves up 1-0 right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think how on me blue team can come back. It does feel like, you know, there's a little bit of a rotation. There's a couple of errors here and there. It does feel like maybe they're just making a few mistakes.
In general, red team has been doing a very nice job in, you know, almost all aspects of things here. They've gotten almost every single boss we've seen. They've been, you know, they've been sneaking. This is a mistake the blue team has been making, in my opinion, as well, as that they haven't really tried to contest any of these boss kills. It's really just been the Necromancer going in, scoring them for free over and over again, or one of the other members doing the same thing. And that has allowed them to come up by, I believe it's probably 75 to 100 points through all those kills that they managed to get throughout the game here. The other things you notice too is the fact that 3 or 4 times we saw them just on the roads. This is actually something that TP, Team Paradigm, used to do back in the day. They would kind of just go on the roads here and knock guys out before they even got to the point. We saw that with the Bunker Guardian, I believe in the second or third mid fight there, just knocking extras out before he could even get to the point, and completely eliminating the Bunker Guardian before the fight even really began for him. So again, allowing him to take really huge advantages before team fights even really got rolling.
Nice. It's completely true. He's kind of like a TP. Yeah, I see. I mean, I was just looking at their ESL record as well. They've played the last 3 cups. That's including this one, sorry. So they started in 29. They actually went out. They won against Cooking Meta, and then they lost in their first cap against 10 Seconds to Rage Quit, and then they lost against Read It Backwards last week. But I'd say, you know, I'm just unlucky on Battle of Kylo. It felt like a practice thing. But, you know, I think, you know, they've used the mechanics again in this game. And this is why I like this team. I love the mechanics in these conquest maps, because I really think they can benefit. If you pick your moments, they can. And it's proved well against Five Ronin, because they've, like you said, they've not contested a single boss kill.
Yeah.
And it's pushed them ahead. It's given them the extra stats in the team fights, and it's given them that 25 cushion, which just pushed them over the edge so many times.
Alright guys, well we are moving into our second game in just a few moments here. We're going to switch back over to the game cams again. Team Exaltation is actually up 1-0 at the moment, so let us change the score to reflect that here. As we are going to get started with round 2 over here on Legacy of the Foefire in just a few moments. While we are waiting there, we're going to check out some of the builds here quickly. Checking out the Necromancer. We don't see Necromancers too often, so let's check out over here. DJ once again running with 64004. Fairly standard Necromancer condition build here. Not opting to go with those extra 2 points into curses that we have been seeing some Necromancers take for a bit of a tankier build, swinging down the usual condition route that we have been seeing come into play for the last patch, and is going to be coming into play here today as well. Running it with a Rabbit Amulet, as well as the Quintessential Staff and Scepter Dagger weapon combination. Running with Citadels of Geomancy and Energy on the staff set, as well as the Citadel of Frailty, interestingly enough, as well as the Citadel of Energy as well. We're still running with Travel Runes, and then going to be running it. The minions will be changed out. Do you remember what utility he was running at the start of the game?
It's gonna give him life force.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, I know that, but like, do you know what he was actually running?
The match starts soon.
I feel like
I think he was running. I think it was running Epi, wasn't he?
Maybe he might be using it with Signet. I'm not too sure.
We'll find out in a second.
I'm gonna find, you can do this. Let's not find out. Oh, there you go. Oh, he's using Corrupt Boon and Epidemic.
Yeah, so he's going to be running Epi here. Still using the Worm, obviously, again. Still a very good utility, especially on this map, too. It's really good for getting yourself out of Graveyard, but it's going to be running with Corrupt Boon and Epi as well. But anyway, the game has begun, guys. So let's open up our map and see these splits. Jebro, you do the honors?
Blue are sending free to, look, they're playing a tankier game now. They're sending free to close, 2 to mid. Whether or not I see red, look, they made a good decision there. They only sent 1 to close. That was a really good decision from them. The Thief is going to want to just bail. Alisal he's just going to nip onto the point here and there. Why is 3 members of the blue team staying at Waterfall versus 1 guy? Get off the point, guys. Move it to mid. Do not do that. If you're ever in Team Q and you do that and I see you, I will have your guts for Cortez.
Alright, so going back over here to mid now, we do see those reinforcements coming in for the blue team that were just at Waterfall. We can see here, nobody taking any significant damage just yet, but obviously the red team Thief over here has taken a bit, so he's going to fall back over here. Actually go for some damage on the flesh for him to eliminate DJ's option if he does try to pull out a little bit later on this team fight. Did look like he was going to try to wrap around over to the Waterfall, but then change his mind. Going to be diving in over here on the Lotso again. Lotso being on Warrior, though, not going to take too much damage from that, and he's just going to pull right back out of there and wait for another engagement. And actually now he has waited a little bit more time, and he will be wrapping things back around to go over here to the Waterfall. Unfortunately, however, Annabelle saw this coming and is going to be able to get on a point to stop the decam from happening, and at least he's just going to say heck no and make his way back over to mid.
See, I'm seeing some really big problems with Five Ronin at the moment. In practice, it really is a key thing. And DJ's, he went into Plague form on nearly full HP, and I'm not sure why, in all honesty, but hey ho. And I think he was just using it for the blind primarily. I mean, it just seems like a bit of a waste. Exorcist now on the half. And, you know, they didn't leave Waterfall quick enough. They didn't need to keep 3 of their guys versus 1 player. DJ's doing a good job to try and come out of the point, yeah, using that worm port. But then he's got Slasher just on his back. He's a condition where he's going to just have him for breakfast. He's going to go down on the point really, really soon. Exorcist really low. There's no way they're going to be able to win this fight at mid at the moment. Blue is kind of... Oh, he actually did get D-Juice up. That was a good effort. I'm not sure if he was the correct person to actually try and get up there.
Yeah.
He's going to die quite quick. Oh, but here we go. Anaboli's come back into point, the engineer, so he's going to be able to heal him back up. And he's going to be able to free cast, just sending those grenades down onto the body of Blue. But now they need to make a choice. Are they going to jump into mid and actually just keep the point contested? Because they're just going to keep dying in that position. I'm just having a look to see where the Guardian is. He's moving back into mid now. I think he's confused about where to go as well. There seems to be some decisions. They don't know where to go. They're a bit lost at the moment to me. This is how it feels like for Blue at the moment.
Yeah, so as we go back over here to the corner once again, we can see that it is a 3v1 actually with the red team going in. Blue team is coming in, putting some more people on this note again. Keep in mind that blue team actually did just lose control of the graveyard point over there, so they are going to be kind of scrambling over here after they lost a couple people. They did start to make some progress, though, as you saw there. Actually took, I believe it was the Thief down a couple seconds ago, but again, they are heavily outnumbered here at the moment. They're in a 3v2, which could be possibly a 4v2 too, if the Thief decides to fall back over. But again, we've got a lot more reinforcements coming in for the blue team here now, as they are going to try to take control. But for the time being, our red team has a pretty dominant stance on both nodes, and as well does have that slight lead at the start of the game.
Oh my good lord! Anaboli. He's just standing mid versus Angie. The thief on the red team literally stands in front of him and ports past him. He's actually completely missed him. He's going to get the full decap and even the cap on Waterfall. Another really bad mistake from Five Ronin. He wasn't even off. I think he hit him as well as he ran through, so he wasn't aware. And Annabelle just decided to stay mid 1 versus 1. And it's unfortunately just another mistake. But at least they got the cap over at Quarry. I'm really sorry to be on the backs of Five Ronin, but it just pains me to see some easy mistakes. But the thing is, I think Exaltation also making a couple of really similar mistakes as well, leaving mid open to be decapped almost as well.
And indeed, back over here in mid, we have just seen Slasher the Warrior getting knocked down over there. We've got Lotso as well as Exorcist and DJ over here in mid trying to knock out Anjor. It's really up to him to keep control of the graveyard point. Other than that, they need to get reinforcements coming in. Thankfully, however, they are coming in too. Coming in, a player is going to get denied of it as he does enter the point by that line of warning. But once again, won't stop from getting onto the point too much. However, as we can see here, Anjor, who has been bunkering for some time, is going to be in a tad of trouble here. Does have Impalem as well as some other conditions. Might just be able to escape though. Going to be jumping on top, going by the mausoleum here, and he might just be able to keep himself alive there though. So once again, very good job on surviving for all that time, keeping himself up and waiting for those reinforcements to come in. And it looks like with that said, Team Exaltation should be able to hold on to the 2 cap they had, and they may actually conquest onwards toward getting that third point too if the Elementals of Blue Marine does end up joining the fight over here.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the best idea. As the Thief's and looks like Alistair is just trying to look. He maybe just doing a bit of a distraction tactic here. Look, Annabelle has actually come out this side. Annabelle did lose that 1 versus 1 against Alistair, but look, he's done the same thing. He's still right past him. Oh, nice little move. I don't know if he's going to be able to get the decap, and I think he'll lose that 1v1 in the end, unfortunately. But he's going to be able to get that supply crate out, and it's going to do a significant amount of damage. And I think he might actually get a decap here. Not too sure. Yes. Okay, so here we go. Look, Annabelle he's making up for his mistake there. He did some good play, came out, and he stealthed across to that point. He did a really good job. I think he will get this cap back, especially grenades-wise. He's going to have a little bit of advantage in that fight. But as we move to mid, Exorcist is versus 2 at the moment. Alistair has actually bailed out, making a good choice because I think he would have lost that fight.
Yeah.
He's actually going all the way over to Quarry, and they've actually got Quarry decap. Oh, poor guys.
Engineer actually Engineer popped this crate. Annabelle actually popped this crate, so Thief was like, alright, and then kind of just left there because of that. Again, the pop of the crate, very large cooldown. The fact that he decided to use it on a 1v1 may not have been the best choice, especially against the Thief too, because again, he can kind of decide, well, crate, there's turrets on point, I do not want to fight that. And then he just made his way back to mid, essentially wasting the cooldown. Obviously guaranteeing the cap, don't get me wrong, but in terms of a fight, kind of wasting the cooldown.
Yeah, I mean, I need to check Annabelle's build out a little bit, but that crate, I mean, look, he's got past him again. Alistair just going on to, he's really giving Annabelle a load of crap right now. Is he going to be able to keep it?
Oh,
you
Annabelle.
lucky man.
Annabelle actually really nicely done there with that gear shield, actually blocking the, that, what it was called, Bassy Venom there from going off on him. So a bit close, had he landed that. Might have stopped it from happening, but was just able to get onto that point with that nice pop of a gear shield.
Good job. Yeah. He's a good little engineer. Just made a big mistake earlier, which kind of, he's still paying for at the moment. But now he's fully aware of what's going on. He's still a little bit too down. And oh no, it's happened again. He's got past him. Oh no, Annabelle, you were making up for it, and now you failed. Anyway, Quarry. Now someone needs to push towards Quarry now, because that point has been almost capped as well by the Thief of the opposite team, of Red Team, sorry. So they need to do a little bit of an anti-push, because surely Red, they're over-committing towards mid. But at the moment, Lotso is kind of really low HP. Blue is down and out of the fight. He's respawning now. So Blue potentially going to lose this point. Lotso is back into this fight with that res from a...
DJ going to get a Plague Stomp off over here on the prototype, eliminating one of the key members of Exaltation. A lot of con damage going to be reduced because of that, but once again, they still have quite a few people over here. And again, they also have the cap as well, so they shouldn't lose too much because of that, but still, very key member getting eliminated there as well. We just saw DJ over there popping off, popping off, I believe was his epi there, trying to see the condition damage that's coming out. You can actually see quite a bit of it coming off onto Angie War and Toad here. Those two guys kind of suffering a bit from that, but once again, they do have to watch out for that. They are able to land again as Epidemic once again going to come off cooldown in just a second. They do have Lotso down though, and actually managed to stop him out. So Red Team doing very well despite having these things going up against them at the moment here. Angie War coming under a bit of pressure. You can see Toad as well getting a bit low again. One more pop, and actually I think he did actually pop another Effie off. So again, you can see the pretty big effect of that coming into play here at the moment from DJ, and it's really hurting Angie War and Toad specifically here, as these huge numbers of Connies are just getting spread out to the both of them and really are kind of melting them down.
Yeah, I'm just not sure. I'm still not sure about the Doomfire spec. A lot of people have kind of shied away from it because they did change that trait. So I'm still not sure about that. But it seems to be paying off well for him at the moment. Just with the amount, I think, Epidemic is doing a lot of the work for him, so that's actually quite good. And they've got the kind of combination of him and Anabaloo when he's able to throw down that condition, those conditions down into the point as well. So when he's there, they're quite a good, conditioned team. Bloomerine just kind of off point now, trying to heal back up. Slash is down, so maybe they can get this midpoint, but they've been out of the fight for way too long. Those points have really pushed up. They've not really come back from losing that home point. They didn't push too far quick enough, and they're going to lose the game. Only 10 points now away from the win for Blue. For Red. Sorry, they just didn't move quick enough from losing Waterfall. They didn't do something else on the map quick enough to come back into it, and it wasn't that big a difference when they lost Waterfall. There wasn't that big amount of point. But when you get mid like that, and you've still got, the Thief just constantly gave Anabaloo so much trouble. He just wasn't able to come back.
Legacy Snowball is snowballing, I guess you could say. Anyway.
All that.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of that set. Congratulations to Team Exaltation. They are going to be moving on to the Grand Finals of this week's Cup, where they are going to take on either Team 55 HP Monks or Legendary No Names. We're going to find out who that is in just a few moments. Actually going to update really quickly here to see if we got an update on that in 1 second. No update yet from the admins. However, we will check on that during the break for you guys. If there is still significant games left from the other set, we'll probably jump into that one and check it out really quickly. But if the game is even, that game should be ending right around now as well. So we are going to take a short break.